Hey guys, Christian with My Awesome Detailer here, Lee County's only RV detailing specialist. And so today I want to talk to you about exactly what RV detailing is, what I do, what I offer, what's important, and kind of my preferred methods, processes, and a lot of the detailing ideas and theories that I implement when I'm taking care of a customer's RV. So to begin with, when I first started getting into the RV detailing world, what I noticed was most people had no idea that there was such a thing as RV detailing. Most of the folks that I had worked for had previously had someone come out and work on their RV and did what they believed was RV detailing. Maybe it wasn't under that specific terminology, but they performed a service that in the customer's head was identical to what you would expect from RV detailing. But what these services actually are pressure washing businesses. So that's like the biggest, most popular form of taking care of RVs, especially in this area. So there's millions of these different little pressure washing businesses, and a lot of these guys primarily work on houses and then do pressure washing on RVs on the side. Some of them are dedicated RV pressure washers. I have seen guys in that business, but they are very, very different from what I am offering. So here's the rundown. With your normal pressure washing businesses, generally what they'll do is they'll have this high pressure washing machine, usually about 3600 psi. Sometimes it'll have hot water, it just really varies, and they'll have some kind of strong chemical in there, like a degreaser or an RV and boat wash, something like that they will hose this thing down with. And sometimes they'll actually scrub it with a brush. I have seen that on occasions, but some guys really do just hit it with the pressure washer alone. And the reason for me that this just really doesn't get the job done is there's a lot of different reasons. So one, a pressure washer, no matter if it has 1 million psi, can't possibly completely cleanse your RV. It's just not possible. Whenever you're washing something down, there's more to it than just stripping off any kind of dirt, waxes, or road film, because you're going to have different other contaminants that will get bonded in there. Things like little bits of metal, tar, sap, road grime, industrial pollutions that you may pass on the highway, stuff like that you cannot wash out. You're going to have some sort of ferrous treatment type chemical. You're going to have to use a clay bar, a clay towel, something of that sort. And also when you're using these types of harsher chemicals, like I do have RV and boat washes that I use that will pull your road grime and your waxes and all off, but I replace what I pulled off with some other layer of protection. I don't just strip it down and leave it bare, which is what you will experience when you're using a pressure washing service to clean your RV. They're going to strip it down completely and then leave it bare, completely exposed to the elements, completely exposed to the sun. All of those things are going to cause your RV to oxidize, to dull, for your fiberglass or your gel coat or whatever it may be to break down over time. So that's one issue that you'll have, is it's just not completely going to cleanse it. It's not going to leave a layer of protection behind, and there's a lot of things that are missed. You can't do detail work with a pressure washer and then just a long handled brush, because you're going to have to climb up a ladder. You're going to have to get inside the awnings and all the little cracks and crevices. You're going to have to get on the roof and get down on your hands and knees and get dirty to get underneath all of your AC units, your skylights, your satellites, to get into your gutters. And to properly cleanse wheels and tires, it takes a lot of scrubbing by hand, degreasers, dedicated wheel cleaners, especially when you're working on things, polished aluminum wheels on your Class A motorhomes. You've got to know what you're doing. There's certain chemicals, certain wash processes that you can't use on that. So there's a lot that goes into it. Also, when you're looking at your glass surfaces, you can't really get those cleansed and protected using strong soaps, because they do leave behind a film. They do leave behind streaking, which is something that you will have to remove with a glass cleaner, a glass polish, and then leave a layer of protection behind. So now that I've kind of established what the alternative is, and what a lot of people I've seen popularly use before they actually come into the RV detailing world, I can kind of break down exactly what I do. So my primary goal as an RV detailer is to protect, preserve, prolong the health, beauty, and value of your RV. That's kind of my little tagline that helps to sum up what I'm doing. So the idea is we want to keep your RV in as prime of a state as we possibly can so that it's healthy, it's beautiful, and it remains valuable over the lifetime of this ownership, right? So at the end of its time, if you decide to trade it in, if you decide to sell it, or if you just decide to keep it, you're going to get the maximum amount of money out of it. Or if you're keeping it, you're going to know that you've taken good care of it, and you'll have the pride and love of that RV that you had the day that you bought it. And so the way that I do that is using premium quality sealants, waxes, ceramic coatings, polishes. I have different kinds of machines that I use. A lot of high-end, up-to-date, modern detailing practices. So to kind of break it down, my general RV detailing will consist of cleaning the roof completely, clearing all the gutters, cleaning off all the AC units, components, etc. Coming down, stripping down all of your vertical surfaces of your road grime, your tar, your sap, black streaks, any kind of contamination you may have that I can't strip with the wash process. I can decontaminating and degreasing your wheels and tires. And then I'll go around and do all of the protective coatings, right? So usually up on the roof, I put some sort of UVA, UVB protective dressing on there. So it's going to protect it from dry rotting, cracking, fading, getting a tiger stripe look, those sort of things, which not only makes the RV look a lot better and keeps your roof looking much newer, but it also saves you a lot of heartache when one day you come up onto your roof and you realize that your AC unit is split right in two. You know, now you've got to replace this whole plastic casing. So it does in the long run protect that. Also, these sealants and dressings can go into the rubber trim on the roof, so that will inhibit UVA and UVB rays from drying and cracking up your seals and your caulking. Can it completely prevent it? No, it cannot, but it will reduce the chances of it significantly, especially if you're keeping it clean, you're keeping it covered, and you're keeping it sealed on a consistent basis. And then coming off of the roof, on the body, the vertical surfaces, your slides, your rubber trim, your glass, your wheels, I protect all of these with an array of different premium quality protective coatings. So my most basic one would be a wax, and I'm not a big fan of using your traditional paste waxes. You'll never really see me applying anything like that. In the modern detailing world, we've made huge leaps in the industry. So now we've got things like spray waxes that are actually sealants. So they're polymer-based synthetic spray sealants. So these waxes, you can usually get 8 to 12 weeks out of them if you have a solid, good, high-quality wax. Some of them will be claimed to last up to 5 months, 6 months. At that point, it's no longer possessing a whole lot of wax qualities. It's become more of a sealant. And then, of course, you have your quick detailers, lighter spray waxes that will give you, 2 weeks, a month of protection. But more primarily, I prefer to use silica-based sealants and ceramic coatings. These are the top dogs. These are the ones that are really going to put the long-lasting, extremely durable layers of protection on your RV. So your silica-based sealants, essentially, it's a nanotech technology. I know that's a lot of techno-babble, but essentially what that means is it's a wax times 10, So your general waxes give you several weeks of protection, but these silica-based sealants will last several months, up to 8. Some can last up to a year. And they have self-cleansing properties, so it makes it extraordinarily easy to clean your RV. It has a nice glow on it, in my opinion, much more so than a wax would have. And they're able to be stacked. So with your normal waxes, if you were to put a paste wax on and then try to put a second coat, you would just remove that first coat. Whereas with these silica-based sealants, you can actually layer them and stack them for increased gloss, for increased protection, for increased durability. And then the next step up from that, the ones that I absolutely love, These are the highest end and protective coatings that you can get in today's industry, and that is ceramic coating. So your silica-based sealants will last several months. These coatings will last several years. So if you were to have your RV ceramic coated, I would break down that whole thing, wash it completely, decontaminate it completely, and then polish the surface to get it nice and smooth and glossy to the desired state that you would be happy with, and then apply the coating. And it depends, I have anywhere from 2 all the way up to 5 year coating. So once that coating is on there, for the life of that coating, it will be extremely easy to clean. Each time you clean it, it's going to have that nice, wet, glossy, freshly waxed look that you love without actually having to wax it. So for the entire duration of that coating, we will not have to wax it again. Also, they're much harder than your normal clear coat, than your normal waxes, than your normal sealants. So they're more resistant. They're not impossible to scratch, but it is much more difficult to scratch them up. Things like bugs, tar, sap, road grime, they don't stick to these coatings as well as they could to just a bare surface or to your just traditional paste waxes. So in a nutshell, to break it down, RV detailing is taking this RV and we're going to get it into a prime state, as new as we can keep it, as valuable as we can keep it, and then sustain that through the lifetime of its ownership. And that's from top to bottom. So we're not just washing it. We're not just washing it extremely thoroughly. I'm actually keeping this RV in a prime state as long as we possibly can for the entire duration that you own it. So that's really the big differentiator between your pressure washing services, your general wash services, and RV detailing. So I hope that kind of helps to explain exactly what I do. I intend to make millions of videos to help educate people on all of the nuances of RV detailing. So if you have any other questions, or maybe you want to get on the phone with me to request a quote or to book an appointment to have your RV detailed and protected, just give me a call at 334-377-0123. You can visit my website at myawesomedetailer.net, or you can check me out on Facebook at facebook.com/myawesomedetailer. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.